she looking it up?
I'm not big on weddings. I wasn't even big on my own. It was a different time, but when I was getting married, there was no engagement party, there was no save the date postcards. In fact, my husband Dave asked me to marry him on September 21st, 1989. We lived in Charlotte, North Carolina then, and Dave asked me to marry him just hours before Hurricane Hugo made landfall and swept through Charlotte. It was a mess. Down trees, no power. The next day, I went to the Circle K and the store was filled with people emptying the shelves of bread and batteries, people in line with bags of ice, and I got to the counter with my bride's magazine, celebrating our engagement. There was no time to send out save the date cards. We got engaged in September and planned to get married back home in Orland Park around Christmas and settled on December 23rd. When you're getting married in December, everything and everywhere is decorated for Christmas. Ivy garlands, poinsettias, candles. With all those holiday decorations in place, we didn't even have to do the florist thing, really. Truth is, I hardly had to do anything at all. We were in Charlotte, and the wedding was in Orland Park, and my mom and my sister Lisa did most of the planning. Wedding invitations, the venue. Silver Lake Golf Course had the date open. $17 a head for heavy hors d'oeuvres and an open bar, and boom, we had ourselves a reception. I didn't even shop for my wedding dress.
Really?
My sister Lisa went for me. She went to this little boutique, I think it was in Piatone or Oswego, and she found a dress she thought I'd like. I didn't want a white wedding gown. I mean, Dave and I were living together, and the thought of wearing some white wedding dress, that wasn't gonna work for me. But she found a cool dress, and she had the sales clerk take a Polaroid picture of her in it, and she mailed it to me in Charlotte. And when I got it in the mail, it was a very cool dress. It was ivory and it was sort of a flapper looking dress. I looked at that Polaroid and thought it was perfect. And that's how I shopped for a wedding dress. And the wedding, our guests had cameras, so I guess you could say we had multiple photographers. And my brother David, he was our videographer because, well, he had a video camera. One of those big honker things that you carried around on your shoulder like a boombox. The tape from that day, it was like a home movie. Unedited, no music, rough cut, choppy. I don't even know where that tape is anymore. But it doesn't matter. It didn't matter then, and it doesn't matter now because I'm not big on weddings. But now I have a daughter, and she's getting married in May. And my daughter, Joanna, she's big on weddings. She has wedding things saved on Pinterest, things bookmarked on Instagram. She has mood boards. She has examples of dinner menus and color stories and flowers and bridesmaids' dresses. She could probably tell you the cost and amenities at every wedding venue in the area. And she sends me the links to all these wedding things and asks me to weigh in. And it's sad because she's sending them to me, her not big on weddings mom. Because to me, it's all just too much. I am the mother of the bride because she's gonna be a bride and I am her mother. But I am not any of the warm, fuzzy things that the mother of the bride is supposed to be. I mean, even my friends, when they heard that she and her Tom were getting married, they're congratulating me. Congratulations, oh, that's exciting. How exciting for you. Is it though? I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm totally happy for Joanna and Tom. I think it's great that they're getting married and I wish them all the good in the world. But exciting? I'm not feeling it. But things get underway and there are things to do, like wedding dress shopping. And oh my gosh, wedding dress shopping, it's this whole thing. Places have rules. Like the bride can bring just 2 or 3 people with her to shop. And I think this limited number of people thing gives me an out. I tell Joanna I can hang back, I don't have to go. To be completely honest, I don't really want to go. I find the whole white wedding dress, virginal bride being given away by one man to another, it just sort of riles me up. The patriarchy and all that. Okay, I said it. So seriously, who would even want me along for wedding dress shopping? I am a buzzkill. But Joanna says, Mom, I want you there. I need you there. So a day is set for wedding dress shopping, and it's a place that allows 4 people. But 8 of us show up. 4 of us are going to attend the appointment, and the other 4 plan on inconspicuously milling around the store. Doing what? I'm not sure, but that's the plan. Joanna's bridal person catches on to us really quick, but she says she can handle all of us and that it's okay for us all to be there. And me, I think it's remarkable that there are 7 people who want to be here. I would have been perfectly happy to have stayed home and maybe even just been part of the day via text and photos. But I'm there, and as long as I'm there, I'm doing my best to be on the best enthusiastic mother of the bride behavior that I can muster. Joanna and her bridal person go and shop the racks of dresses and pull a bunch for her to try on. And so it begins, and Joanna goes in the dressing room with her bridal lady, and the 8 of us sit in a semicircle in front of this platform thing in a 3-way mirror. And Joanna will come out of the dressing room and model the dresses for us. And I won't run you through every dress, but there are a couple of super fancy beaded gowns, but they're really heavy, and Joanna says she's really hot, so wearing them isn't going to work, so those don't work. There are wedding dresses that are like 2-in-1 dresses, where there's this one whole thing that you'd wear for the ceremony, and then you could take part of it off for the reception. But those dresses, they're not like 2 dresses for the price of one. They're like buying 2 dresses, and holy smokes, that gets expensive. And then there are a whole series of dresses of what I'll call the princess dresses. And I know I am obnoxiously judgy. Joanna and Tom are making their whole wedding happen. They are doing it all by themselves. And Joanna is a 32-year-old grown independent woman. And these princess dresses, they just trigger all that patriarchy stuff for me. She looks like a little girl whose daddy's paying for her wedding, and that's just not the case here. And I'm not silent when she's modeling the princess dresses. I express some of what I'm thinking, and that's not cool, but I really, really am trying. I mean, don't get me wrong, the dresses are all lovely, and Joanna's lovely in them, but mostly I'm thinking it would be lovely if we could just start wrapping this up. It's then, when her bridal person takes a dress from the rack of dresses that she's gathered. It's one she's selected for Joanna, and she says, I want to see her in this dress. And she goes into the dressing room to help her put it on. And Joanna comes out, and she steps up onto the little platform, and she's exquisite. In this dress, it really is lovely. It has buttons all down the back, and at the bottom it sort of flares out. It's a simple dress, but has some lace and embellishment on the sides. It's a really pretty dress, but Joanna is the one that makes it so. Standing there on that platform in front of that 3-way mirror, she is so beautiful, a beautiful, beautiful bride. And cynical, take down the patriarchy, not big on weddings me. My heart swells at the sight of her, and I cry. I've been crying. I will tell you, there's been a flurry of activity since the day Joanna said yes to the dress. Bridesmaid dresses have been chosen and ordered. I've said yes to a dress for me. There's a bridal shower in the works for February. Love is in the air is the theme. And since I started looking for a dress for me, my Instagram feed has been filled with all these wedding things. And now it's me sending the links about decorations and music and photography and all these wedding things to Joanna, asking her to weigh in. It was that day when the sight of her in that dress made me cry. that's when things changed for me. That's when I knew. I am not big on weddings, but I am big on my girl. And for her, I'm big on this one.
Oh.